Chanel has won a $4 million judgment against a luxury handbag reseller. What does this mean for the reselling community? Yeah, welcome back into the channel, everybody. In 2018, late 2018, early 2019, Chanel filed a lawsuit against a company called What Comes Around Goes Around. They are a consignment and reseller who use their own website and other platforms to resell luxury bags like Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, etc. And they filed this lawsuit for a number of reasons. So hopefully I can make this clear, because the first time I read through this, it was super confusing to me. But two of the main things they're stating that What Comes Around Goes Around did is followed. And how many people have ever shopped at What Comes Around Goes Around or heard of them? Apparently they're pretty big and they did millions in sales. So they said that they illegally used Chanel's name in marketing and social media posts on their website, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, basically saying the hashtag, Chanel, Coco Chanel, using their logos and their trademarks all over their website was not allowed. Also using it in the marketing and promotion of the listings of the items for sale. I have mentioned this to you guys a lot, where people are like, if I own it, I can sell it. First sale doctrine, that's correct. However, if a company doesn't give you the right to use their logo, their trademark, their name, their symbol, their golden arches, their double C Chanel, you technically don't have the right to go put something up for sale and use that in the listing. Now, obviously, it's impossible to list an item without having the logo in the photos because it's on the item, unless you blurt it out, which defeats the whole purpose. So could any company like Ford sue you for listing your truck on Facebook Marketplace for sale? Technically, according to trademark law, if they want to grow a hair up their butt, they could. Is it ridiculous? Yes. Would you win in court? I don't know anymore. Who knows? A coin flip with a judge, because they could. But most companies don't do this. The only reason that companies do this is either they're very petty, usually smaller companies like a Wallet Ninja or Blue Parrot or something like that, or you've got Chanel, who had a huge gripe with this company for other reasons that we're going to talk about in a second, and they decided to go after them for anything and everything they could. So the second gripe, which is the reason this came about, is Chanel says they were selling fake goods. Chanel bought goods off of their website, brought it into their building, examined them, and determined they were trademark counterfeited. However, this is where it gets crazy. It isn't because they said they were knockoffs that were, made in China and brought over here. No, that's the normal thing. That's not what Chanel was saying in this lawsuit. What they said is that these were items that were produced by Chanel, but were not serialized. They didn't have serial numbers on them, or they did, and they were stolen serial numbers, not stolen purses, stolen serial numbers out of the factory, i.e. somebody working on the inside, and they did not pass Chanel's quality control process. In other words, they had been made, but they had never gone through the quality control, which is what a lot of designer brands do, because if they find imperfections, they don't want to sell that on the shelf because it makes them look bad. So they'll make 1,000 bags and maybe only 600 of them make it through the process. They throw away a bunch, or they destroy them, or they take them apart and redo them because they're not up to their quality standards. Imagine if you were a chef who cooked pizzas all day and your pizzas were all sliding all over the place and the toppings were all this way, you wouldn't serve that, right? That's what Chanel is alleging. Now, this doesn't say that What Comes Around Goes Around had people on the inside of Chanel's warehouse working for them. It just says somehow those purses that were not up to standard or had these stolen serial numbers, which is confusing to me how a list of stolen serial numbers got put on purses before they went through a quality control process. More to the story that none of us will probably ever know. But they made it out of that warehouse and somehow ended up probably with somebody who was a fence, somebody who was trying to sell this stuff off, who either wholesaled it or sold it to someone who sold it to someone who eventually ended up selling it to What Comes Around Goes Around, or consigning it with What Comes Around Goes Around. And that's how it ended up, and that's why Chanel went after them. Chanel is also actively suing The RealReal, which I think many of you probably know what The RealReal is. The RealReal is a consignment, high-end designer consignment. Tom Ford and Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Chanel. For the same thing, apparently there's fakes on there. And my lesson for all of you in this video and this lawsuit thing is don't always trust consignments or authenticators. They're not 100% accurate. Some will slip through and it can cause you to get in trouble. You better have a receipt from the store. You better know that it's real before you go selling it. The burden of proof, it's guilty until proven innocent in this case. There is no innocent until proven guilty. If they tell you that you're selling fakes or trademarks and they vero you on eBay or another site, you have to prove that it's real in order to get your account back or get your listing back up or maybe not get sued. So make sure, my lesson for today is if you're selling designer high-end goods, that you make sure it is 100% legitimate, that it's authentic, and that you're not selling a fake Gucci that your sister told you was real because she got it from her boyfriend and she knows her boyfriend doesn't buy fakes, and it turns out he did buy a fake, because you will be the one getting in trouble. So that's the lawsuit, Chanel against What Comes Around Goes Around. But wait, there's more. Before we continue, I want to take a second to shout out my listing service, Ecommercelisters.com, where we make your listings for you. eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, Shopify, or directly inside of a List Perfectly account if you have one. All you have to do is take your photos, upload them into our convenient website or mobile app. We have either option, and we will create your drafts for you in pretty much any category. Our listing service is on sale, 15% off right now with coupon code RSF15. I'll link it below. Go check it out and let us make all your listings for you. Listing credits never expire. Let's get right back to the video. So back to the video, and this is a lawsuit that happened in 2018, 2019, just resolved last week, the first week of February 2024. It takes a long time through the court systems. It's why it is so expensive to keep a lawyer hanging around for that long. I did a video several years ago, probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago, about a gentleman who was sued for $56 million by Chanel. If you see a trend here, a recurring theme, it's that Chanel is very litigious with their product and their brand name. I get protecting your trademark, but man, it seems like they go above board on this one. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. So Chanel sued him for selling cosmetics like lipstick and other things that were apparently being sold in plain white boxes, and Chanel's argument was that he could not provide or guarantee the same quality that Chanel provides with their cosmetics, because theirs come in a nice crisp box. They're authentic Chanel boxes with their logos and their graphics. It comes with a thank you card. It comes all nice and bagged up, and it comes with flowers and confetti and all this stuff, and he was just selling these plain white boxed cosmetics. Now, how he got his cosmetics, we don't know. There was never an argument that they were inauthentic, that they weren't real. Apparently they were real, and his little tester sprays of the perfumes and things, right? I don't think there was ever an argument that what was in there was fake, but that they were not supposed to be resold. A lot of you have seen products. How many people in the comment section have seen or sold products like a video game or a CD software that says not for resale? Technically speaking, it's not for resale, but that was with the original purchasers of the stores, not for somebody that owns it like us and bought it at a flea market or a yard sale and wants to resell it on eBay for a profit. Well, according to Chanel, you can't do that. And if it's not the exact same as what they produce, you can't offer it out for sale to others because you're not guaranteeing people that same quality experience. Their argument, and they put this in legal documents, was when a customer buys a spray from Chanel, they expect the confetti in the boxes and the gold logos in the bags and all this. And if they don't get that, they don't think of Chanel as highly as they would think of them normally, and that could cost Chanel business. It's kind of a fair argument, but it's kind of petty. I don't know. That's just me. What do you think? And I've seen this out of some other companies, North Face and Patagonia, who offer that guarantee on the product. If your zipper breaks on your North Face or your Patagonia jacket, they will make it right. They will fix it. It's like some lifetime warranty, and they don't allow people to sell brand new items because they say when somebody purchases a brand new North Face or Patagonia coat, they expect that if it breaks, someone will fix it. Well, if they didn't purchase it directly from North Face, the North Face or Patagonia, they're not going to, I as a seller on eBay am not going to honor it if they break their zipper in 6 months and call me for a refund. And that's where North Face and Patagonia get mad if you sell brand new. Selling used is perfectly fine because they don't sell used with warranties and guarantees like that. So that is kind of where that all comes about. And that's why I preach it to all of you not to sell those two items brand new. Sell them used. Inevitably, I'm going to get the question, can we sell them like new, new other? That's up to you to risk it. I wouldn't use the word new in anything or any condition marking if it was me. Only as used, and I would say this is a North Face jacket. It has all the original accessories and tags and everything on it. It has never been worn, but it's used. It's just how I would do it if I sold that stuff. I don't really get any of it, but that's my opinion and that's how I would do it. Anyways, that is the story for today. Also, the final part of these lawsuits is that using their name in social media and confusing people that you might somehow be affiliated with them or that you're selling their wholesale stuff, not a good idea as well. They added that into the lawsuit with What Comes Around Goes Around and The Real. So you can read up on more of it. I'll link it below with this news story that I've got over my shoulder. As always, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it. I try to keep them as short as possible, and it really means a lot to me when you guys watch and stick around. And hit the like button to help the YouTube algorithm. Also, make sure you check out my listing service, Ecommercelisters.com. We make all your listings for you. It's fast, it's easy, it's affordable. It's very, very simple. We have a website and a mobile app, so you have either option from your phone or your computer, and we'll take care of all the heavy lifting for you on your drafts. Have a wonderful afternoon. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, and I will see you next time.